Personal Injury Law, an Overview and Hiring an Attorney by Colleen Mriglot. If you have ever been injured by the careless act of someone else, you understand what this type of violation feels like. Injury law, also known as tort law, is based on this violation. Many personal injury claims arise from automobile collisions, but other common occurrences include medical negligence, dangerous premises, product liability, unsafe design and/or failure to warn, and unintentional wrongs such as assault. Personal injury law has developed from rules made by statutes, enacted by legislative bodies, and the common law established through actual cases, which can provide compensation for people harmed by someone else's wrongful conduct. In a negligence claim, the victim must prove 4 things. 1. That a duty was owed to her or him. 2. The wrongdoer's conduct failed to uphold that duty. 3. They suffered damages. And 4. The wrongful conduct directly caused the damages. Foreseeability is a critical issue in determining whether a duty has been breached, because if the harm should have been foreseen or anticipated, it could have been prevented if the defendant had been acting reasonably. When negligence exists and a person's physical and/or mental injury is substantial, hiring a personal injury lawyer may be the only way to recoup losses. Damages can include pain and suffering, emotional distress, disfigurement, disability, economic losses such as medical expenses, lost wages, lost profits, and future damages if applicable. Emotional types of harms, distress, anxiety, and depression, can be more difficult to prove. These often require support in the form of reports from physicians and counselors, and statements or testimony from family members and friends about any changes they observed or perceived. Hiring an attorney early on will help prevent mishaps for the claimant. We see all too often that clients have provided statements to an insurance company or have attempted to settle their claim on their own before bringing us on board. By the time we are involved, clients are usually overwhelmed, frustrated, and angry because they have been dealing with an insurance company that places their financial interests ahead of a claimant's well-being. What to do if you have been injured? Call a reputable injury lawyer. He or she will meet with you, either in person or by Zoom, for what should be a free consultation. These meetings take about an hour, during which the lawyer will discuss with you, number 1, the facts of your injury, number 2, the extent of your injuries, such as your ability to function in daily activities or to work. 3, your personal background, any pre-existing injuries or limitations you had. Number 4, what is necessary to prove negligence if liability is contested. Number 5, the time frame you must file a lawsuit, i.e. the statute of limitations for personal injury from a motor vehicle collision is 3 years from the date of loss in Washington State. And number 6, how costs and attorney fees will be calculated in your recovery. Unfortunately, victims of negligence are usually not treated with fairness or reasonableness by insurance companies or corporations. An insurance company will go to great lengths to minimize compensation to an injury victim. Without hiring a lawyer, injury victims are usually only offered a pittance of what is fair. A good personal injury lawyer will more than pay for his or her services. I have been astounded by what clients are offered before they have hired our firm. A common scenario is that the client is offered a very low amount before hiring us, such as $3,000, when their medical expenses total $10,000 or more. After representation, the client obtains substantially more. There are many ways to find a reputable injury lawyer. You can ask friends and family who have been injured to make referrals, talk with your healthcare provider, check online reviews, or consult with a referral service. Once you have some names, schedule an appointment with each of the attorneys for a consultation. By the end of several of these meetings, you will probably have a sense of a good fit for you. Remember to ask potential attorneys if they actually take cases to trial, because many attorneys only handle cases through settlement. These settlement lawyers may suffer with anxiety or lack of confidence to actually try cases. If a case goes into litigation, which means it doesn't settle and gets filed with the court, or if it looks like a trial will happen, they hand off the case to trial attorneys. This is referred to as associating with other counsel. The insurance companies know who the trial attorneys are and place a higher weight on the case value when dealing with them. Examples of 3 of our firm's recent case results. My clients were offered $500,000 for the wrongful death of their son before hiring us, but my colleague and I obtained a settlement of $2 million for them, which was the policy limit for that tragic event. Our clients who suffered significant injuries due to multiple parties' negligence in an automobile collision, including a corporation, were first offered nothing, followed by $600,000 at mediation, and after thorough litigation and discovery, just before trial, we obtained a settlement in the millions. The client sustained a spinal injury in a rear-end collision. The insurance company refused to be reasonable. A week before trial, the defendant offered $200,000 to settle. Our demand was $550,000. After a 3-week trial, the jury returned a verdict of $705,000. For the best outcome in an injury or wrongful death claim, hire an attorney. When interviewing lawyers, ask for specific examples of cases they have had at trial in recent years. If the lawyer does not take cases through to trial, you may wonder if you'll be fully compensated for your damages. Avoid this by hiring a trial attorney. Colleen Mriglot is an attorney practicing personal injury law on Bainbridge Island. She offers legal representation in a catastrophic injury, motor vehicle collisions, dangerous premises, dog attacks, and more. 206-842-5681 or www.sharedlaw.com.